What's going on, guys? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers Robots in Disguise one-step change first wave. We have Sideswipe, Strongarm, Underbite, and Bumblebee. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the new packaging and then get into the figures. So the new packaging for Robots in Disguise is a nice change from Age of Extinction and Generations. We've got this white background, which is very similar to the current Generations figures, but then they have, white backsplash, but then blue is the primary color, along with red for the Transformers and the Autobot symbol. The back of the box is pretty much the same as what we've been getting. We've got a little bit of the figure, some other knickknacks, and then all of this just stuff, all of these warnings and whatnot. I mean, this is a toy. Does it really need that many warnings in 3 different languages? Actually, I think there are more than 3 different languages on here. Anyway, so just out of the packaging, each one of these alt modes is rather blocky and kind of chunky, not nearly as lithe and slithe as the deluxe class figures are going to be. At the time of this recording, I haven't gotten a hold of them yet, but they have already been pre-ordered via BBTS, and I'm willing to bet they're going to even show up in stores here pretty darn soon. Bumblebee's alt mode is a little bit too chunky in this form for my taste. I think the deluxe class version is going to be a much, much better representation of the alt mode. It reminds me kind of a cross between an 80s power or 80s sports car and a current age like Dodge Charger or something. It's just not that great of an alt mode. His transformation is really, really interesting though. The transformation works by grabbing the front wheels with your fingers like this, and then grabbing the exhaust and pulling them together, and then flipping them out to form the feet. So you get this weird robot mode that, I'll be honest, the robot mode is not very pleasing to the eye. It's overly chunky and really quite ugly, but it's a one-step change figure, so I'm not going to really bash it all that much. Transforming him back is pulling the 2 bits that are his feet apart and praying that everything is in alignment. If you don't have the arms in alignment quite right, things are not going to work. I do have to give the designers credit. There's a whole lot of engineering that went into this little dude. Really do appreciate the amount of engineering, because there's a lot of moving parts here. For a one-step change figure, that's pretty awesome, and kids are going to like this. Next up is Strongarm with her awesome SUV form. Okay, the SUV form in the one-step change isn't that great, in all honesty. There's no ground clearance, and it just is really, really overly blocky. Yes, it's an SUV, yeah, it's kind of a pickup truck, but there's not really any character to it. The figure's transformation is really interesting, though. You have to push the hood down, and that starts the transformation, and then grab the 2 wheels and bring them together, because what happens is the figure literally unfolds into Strongarm. Strongarm's robot mode is bad, to be honest. It's just bad. It has a giant, massive backpack that's 2/3 of the vehicle mode. It has no arm articulation whatsoever, very little in terms of paint apps. Heck, the face is barely even visible. I mean, you've got a little bit of silver and 2 dabs of blue for painted eyes, but that's it. I mean, it's not really that good of a robot mode. I do, however, think the transformation is something really interesting. The entire robot mode pretty much just folds up to form the the roof, just the top sides, and the back panel of the vehicle mode. It's a very interesting transformation, that's for sure, but I don't think the robot mode's all that good. Sideswipe's vehicle mode is it's okay. It's supposed to be kind of a stylized Lamborghini, but I think we've already gotten this mold in this toy before. The reason I say that is because of his transformation. You remember my one-step change drift? That's the exact same transformation here. Exactly the same. And actually, the robot mode's pretty good. I actually like this robot mode. It's better painted than Drift's was. It's got red and gold blades here. Unfortunately, still the same problems arise as in this front piece that forms the front windshield and the roof of the vehicle doesn't snap in anywhere. But overall, I think this is a neat looking form. I think the drift figure might be a little bit more fun because it's a little looser and flips around easier, but still, Sideswipe is solid, and I do like him, so that's a plus. If you're going to get one of these, Sideswipe is not a bad one to pick up. Last, and by far my favorite, is Underbite. I have no idea what's going on with this alt mode. This is an absolutely insane vehicle mode, and I hope his deluxe class version of the figure, or even the Legion class, mirrors this. I love this alt mode. It's just so stupid. Transformation is just taking the rear wheels and plugging and pushing them together, and he transforms into a Hell Doggy. Or a Decepticon Hellhound. And I love this robot mode. Yeah, it's not real poseable, but it's just so interesting and unique. I don't think we've ever gotten an alt mode like this, other than, well, Ravage and Steeljaw. It's just cool. I really, really like this. To transform him back, push the legs in together, and they'll bounce back. So transformation is push the legs together, and then squeeze them in, and then let them pop back into place. A super, super fun one-step changer. And I think of all of these figures, kids are going to like Underbite the most. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video review of Transformers Robots in Disguise one-step change figures. This is the entire first wave of figures. Now, as I said, I'm not a huge fan of Bumblebee and Strongarm, that's these two over here, and I really do like Sideswipe and Underbite, that's these two figures over here. But as an adult collector, that's just what I'm seeing. I think kids, especially young kids, are going to adore these figures. They're very easy to transform, and I can see kids having so much fun with them. But as an adult collector, I'm going to say if you've got to buy one of them, get Underbite. This little Hell Doggy is by far the most fun of all of them, and I think is just the best of the group. So guys, I've been Baltmatrix, taking a look at the R.I.D. Wave 1 one-step change figures. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and as usual, I will catch you next time.